On this episode of Nugget Project, we install our new racing harness from Luxe Performance. Speaking of Luxe, the guys have very kindly donated a lovely Luxe Performance snapback hat. Good quality with a good embroidered logo. So the guys at Luxe have been helping us out. They helped us out with the racing harness, but also the racing boots that I showed you not long ago. They're really good dudes. They really help out grassroots motorsport, especially a lot of the guys in the XL series. So they're well worth supporting. So what I'd like you to do to be in the draw to win this hat, in the comments of this video, please tell me, obviously, first of all, make sure you subscribe, otherwise your entry doesn't count. So subscribe to the Nugget Project if you are not already. And then in the comments, please tell me your favourite racing car in history, one you'd really like to drive. Doesn't matter if it doesn't exist anymore, or if it was some weird car. Tell me what car you would definitely love to drive and why, okay? Best answer will win this hat. We'll draw it in 2 weeks' time, and I will ship it pretty much anywhere in the world, okay? Let us know your answer, but for now, let's get cracking with getting this harness installed. Alrighty, we're getting down to the fun stuff now, harnesses and seats and all the racy bits. So let's have a look at our harness. Okay, so this is our harness that Luxe Racing has supplied for us. It's a Monza harness, which is it's an Auto Technica, which I actually associated with a lot of the cheaper shitty steering wheels from Autobahn back in the day. But it's actually made in the same factory, and it's the same materials and same everything as the IMP harnesses, which are much more expensive. This is much more affordable and actually quite high spec, so it's really good. What we're running here is a 6-point harness, which means it has 6 points of attachment to the car. So this is the crutch harness that comes up through the bottom of the seat, and we have 2 points of attachment there. These are the side straps that come through the side of the seat, and we've obviously got 2 points there, and then these are the shoulder straps that attach to our roll cage at the back there. All of it clips into our center bit here, which is a twist to unlock. So you just twist that, all the bits flop out, and then you can jump out the car and run away screaming. So let's we'll get this in. It's not going to be too hard actually. What they are supplied with is funny. All little tidbit for you. All seatbelt bolts are actually an imperial thread, which is bizarre. It's something that's kind of an industry standard, which they haven't changed for a very long time. These clips are just a basic clip mechanism, but very strong and won't come undone by themselves. This harness is what's classified as an enduro harness, so it actually has these enduro straps, which make it much easier to tighten up your straps. So we've got them on the shoulder and on the waist, which is a cool little feature. And even though this harness does come shoulder straps, what you can do is you can actually have mounting points on your roll cage where you screw in the eyelets and you just clip them on. But as we are not doing that, we are running a taxi bar. So we have this set up here where we actually run the wrap the strap around the taxi bar, and that'll keep it all attached. So I'll show you how we're going to do all that. Okay, in the car we have our seat already bolted in, and that's the position I'm going to be driving in. Feels comfortable. I've got good reach in my arms, good reach in my legs. My clutch leg is just near fully extended to fully disengage it to the ground, but my knees are fully bent for the accelerator and the brake, which is what we should have. And then wrists are sort of just on the steering wheel when fully extended, which is also what we want. The only thing probably is the steering wheel is a bit high. I would love to drop this column down, but unfortunately the regulations don't allow it. If I had my way, I would just run longer bolts in the steering column and just put spacers in there to drop the column down. Probably about that much would be great, but we're not allowed to, so I'll just suck it up, princess. So our points of attachment are down the side here. Actually, you know what? Let's pull the seat out and I'll show you where everything's going to go. Okay, with the seat out we can see a bit more. So, our 2 side straps for our lap, we've got a stock seatbelt mounting hole down here, which is exactly the same thread as the eyelet, which is perfect. And this side, we have a hole here, but it's actually for the seat rail, which is a metric thread and completely different. So The guys from Luxe supplied us with these. These are the CAMS specific mounting plates. So what I'm going to do is basically drill a hole through here, and then this plate will sit underneath there in, I guess, what you'd call the transmission tunnel, but it's a front wheel drive, but you get my drift. And that'll sit under there, and we'll just drill a hole through here, and that eyelet will bolt there. So that'll be pretty much almost level, exactly level with that side. The only downside is these little holes here, which was the seat mounting hole, and I don't know, whatever the hell that was for, it's just got little tubes sitting down where the thread is, so I just need to grind those off. So I'll jack the car up and just get under there with a finger sander and just sand those off, and then we can drill a hole and we can get our plate mounted. So for the crutch straps, I have marked a line here. So that is the vertical line down from the hole in the seat. What the CAMS regulations state is that you can have the crutch straps mounted at anywhere from 20 degrees forward to 20 degrees back of that hole. I personally want them 20 degrees back because I figure in a front impact crash, your momentum is going this way, the strap will then be sort of taut in the right way. It just makes sense to me, and that's the way I want to run it. So we just figure out 20 degrees, so the seat is 120 mil high of that line, so I just need to work out my 20 degrees back, and then I can mount my two plates here. So drill holes, and we've got two more of these plates, and we just run them underneath, and that'll be our mounting holes for that. And then obviously our shoulder straps go on our taxi bar right here. What I've done is run just a bit of clear protector on there, just because it's going to be rubbing on the paint, so we don't rub all the paint off. I've actually put that clear protector on this bar here and here as well, because this is how, I'm going to be getting in and out the car, and this is where you scuff your feet all the time. So save scratching up our roll cage every time I get in and out. We've just got that clear protector on there, which will work a treat up here for thinking. So what we'll do first is we'll jack up the car and we'll grind away these little bits hanging down so that plate can sit flush on the bottom of our chassis. So I'm under the car. Oh god, so much stuff not working now. You can see here, they're the two bits I need to grind off, so it's just that little bit in the nut. I'll just trim that plate down, and then that plate can sit in there nice and clean. So it's a lot of space work under here. Let's start grinding, hey? I've got this little guy, which is a fantastic bit of kit. Okay, so we've got our hole drilled. We'll just give that a wipe down here and give it a spray with paint so it doesn't rust, and then we can do our plate up. And there we go, with the help of my old man so I can hold the plate. We've got that eyelet screwed in, ready to rock and roll. Now we're just going to do this side. Alrighty, marked up and drilled the holes for the crutch plates. I actually put them pretty far apart because there's a chassis rail here with some brake lines and all sorts of crap. And plus all these little ridges, they don't sit flat. These are the best spots for it to sit flat. Plus it's 20 degrees back from the crutch bit, which is the cam's regs. So we'll get some plates and eyelets in there and then we can put our seat back in. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to wrap our bars around here. If we have eyelets on here, which some cages do, we can just clip these straight to the eyelets, but we're going to wrap them, which I like because it's less rattly and it's nice and neat. So we need to feed the seatbelt through our seat. Make sure it's the right way around. And then we have to kind of get it the right length because we set the length on this bar. Okay, so we'll set our length and we need this clip, our buckle, to be as close to the bar as possible. You don't want it sort of hanging over here, we need it sort of on the bar. So what we do is we feed our strap under the bar and then we feed it up through the buckle like so. And then that's on the bar there. Because I'm using a Hans device, the head and neck support, you want it to be in a little bit. So it's kind of a V going in, not directly straight and not out. So we just bring it in a bit and that helps the harness sit on the Hans better. And then we feed it through the buckle there. Give that a wiggle so it's nice and firm. And then last thing we do is we feed that buckle, that strap, sorry, through this end of the buckle, and then that locks everything down super duper tight. If I can get the damn thing in. That means it won't come undone. So there we go, we feed that through. Like so, and I'll give that a wiggle and a tighten up once I've got everything set. But then that is a fully locked down strapped on harness. We want it to not slide around, so we'll get that nice and tight. And then with all the excess stuff, basically what we'll do is we'll give it a roll up. Just roll it all the way up, you get the idea. And once it's all rolled up properly, I'm only doing it fast right now, we just run a cable tie through there and that'll just stop them flapping around. And that's pretty much how you wrap a harness. So we'll get the other one in loosely and then I'll sit in there and we'll get everything set up to the right distance. Okay, so we've got all our straps in. We've got our waist straps and they're adjusted up, and we've got the buckles down here so we can adjust them up with our enduro straps. I've got the crutch strap pretty much sitting good just on the lower stomach there, which means I've got a good restraint and a crush. We've got our shoulder straps sitting nice, and so because this is a Hans strap, you can run a 3-inch strap. You can run without a Hans or with a Hans, but the thing is the Hans has got a channel that sits here. And this is a Hans specific strap, so it goes from 3-inch down to 2-inch, and the 2-inch sits in that channel really well, so it doesn't slip off. You tend with the 3-inch, it kind of sits up on the Hans, can rub on your neck, or it can slide off. They just don't sit properly. I'm always going to wear a Hans, so I've gone with the Hans specific. Yeah, it looks good. Unfortunately, I Would love a Hans and helmet so I can test this all out and see if it actually fits. Oh wait, I do. Ta-da! Okay, bit of a story time. So my beautiful wife and I were getting her car service, and just up the road is a big race car shop. And I'm like, oh, we'll drop in there and just check out the helmet and Hans. I just want to try a few on, see how they feel. And we walked out with the brand new Hans and a brand new beautiful matte black racelet helmet with the Hans post and everything. So yeah, that happened. Anyway, let's try it all on. Boom! And just like that, we are strapped in. So you can see here the 2-inch strip. You probably can't hear shit with my helmet on. Hang on, let's get rid of the helmet. Okay, that's better. You probably couldn't hear a damn thing I was saying with the helmet on. So as you can see, this is the way the Hans sits. So the 2-inch straps sit in the channel. CAN's regulations, the buckles have to sit on the Hans itself. Yeah, it's actually really good. I've never felt so strapped into a car in my life. I've been in a few cars with racing harnesses and you feel tight, but this with the Hans is a whole new level. It just sucks you into the seat. It's great. These Enduro straps are fantastic. I highly recommend them. It just gives you, like with your helmet on, you can't really look down, you can't see anything. With these, just gives you a big strap, big loop, you can just grab it, strap yourself down, and then you've got the big tags there just to loosen everything off when you want to. And then, yeah, just your main buckle there. Everything comes undone, gives you easy access to get out. I've just been looping these over here. I might have to put a bit more padding on the seat there because the buckle ends up hitting the roll cage. But yeah, it fits really nicely. It's pretty comfortable. The Hans is always a bit sort of rough on the neck, especially on the bare skin, but when I've got a suit on, it'll be better. I could probably go a little bit of a size up, but this is a budget brand and they only come in like large or standard, so I am standard. But yes, that is how you install a harness. It's pretty cool. I'll just quickly show you the helmet and the Hans, how it all fits together. So the idea of a Hans device, think of it as an airbag, but from the back. So as you saw, that sits on my shoulders, and then we've got this is the tether, and both sides it's got these clips, and these clips hook into the posts on the helmet. So we push them on like that and clip, and then that's attached to the helmet. So, and then you just push it in to get it off. That tether floats freely on the back here, so you can turn your head, because obviously if it was tied, when you turn your head it would just lock off. So it slides unless you turn your head so you can look out both windows. And when you're in a crash, the harness goes down tight on the Hans, and then these stop your head going forward to stop you with neck injuries. I'll quickly strap in and show you what I mean. I won't bother doing the strap up, you get the idea. But we clip our tether onto the helmet. It's actually fairly easy to do. Just push and lock. There's the other one. Same with that guy. Push and lock. And we'll just do our straps up here. Sitting in the channels. Cool. So, heaven forbid, you're racing along, you get into a front crash, basically all your momentum's going to go forward. So, you go forward, the straps tighten on there, and then these tethers grab your head. So instead of your head basically headbutting yourself in the crutch, that all tightens up and holds you all in there. So, instead of an airbag being there, we have a strap holding our head up. Ever since this has been brought in, head and neck injuries and back injuries have gone down substantially. It's such a good system. It's really amazing. And yeah, we still have a lot of you left and right, so I can still see people next to me. Yeah, brilliant system. Really good. Last thing we need to do before we call it quits is wrap our straps up and cable tie them. Alrighty guys, so that's it for today. We're all strapped in and ready to go. We're very close to having this car finished. Pretty much the only major thing I need now is just the suspension, the coilovers. There is a lot of stuff I want to do to this car. I want to change the gear shifter setup. I want to put in new bushes, sway bars, all sorts of stuff. But the only thing I need to actually get on the track at the moment is the suspension, because the suspension in this car is wrecked. Like, I don't think there's any oil in the shocks. It's pretty bad. So yeah, getting closer and closer. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget, go in the entry to win this hat. Once again, all you have to do is, on this video, make sure you subscribe to the Nugget Project, and in the comments for this video, tell us what is your favorite race car. Like, what car would you love to drive the most out of history, out of any race car, and why? Okay, tell us that. In a couple of weeks, we'll draw it, and I'll send the winner this lovely hat from Luxe Performance. Once again, thanks to the guys from Luxe Performance. They are absolute legends. Really nice guys. Helped me out again today with the harness, had some questions, straight on the phone, no problems. So if you're looking for any XL parts, make sure you jump on the Luxe Performance website, check out all their stuff, and any race car, any race parts, they do everything. So once again, thanks to Luxe, thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.